Hey everyone, Johnny Boy here, and welcome back to Rune Factory 4 Special Level 1 Walkthrough. In today's episode, we're going to be finishing up Arc 1, and I believe that will be it. But we have a lot of stuff to talk about because I did quite a bit in the offline stream. So, with that out of the way, let's get started with talking about what exactly I did. There will be a bit of a highlight video I'm going to make, but I don't know when that's going to release since I have 4.5 hours of footage to go through, but here's some of the highlights. This is a very high level accessory, the rosary. I found it when I was in the Obsidian Mansion in a silver chest by pure coincidence. The rosary allows you to go through rooms and there won't be any enemy spawns. It doesn't prevent bosses, but it'll let you go through rooms without having to see a single enemy. This is useful for places like the Charance Maze because instead of having to traverse through the whole area, it just makes you go immediately to the boss. Which is pretty nice if you're just looking to get to the end boss so you can get special bread. This happy ring, it increases your chance of finding items, but that's not the only effect it has. I made this happy ring using, let's see, I believe I put a wool knit scarf in it and a heart pendant. So not only is it increasing my chance to find items, but it's also increasing my skill experience as well as decreasing my RP usage by a little bit. So it's pretty nice. This staff, well, let me just show you what it can do. If I let it charge all the way, it throws an orb. This orb does an insane amount of damage because I believe it ignores defenses. You get this from the Ancient Dragon Bones. And as far as level 2 is concerned, I used I used Ambrosia's Thorns, so it gave me her level 1 and level 2 skill effects, so it's the sleep powder and the pulsing. I also made some pieces of equipment so I could traverse areas that I needed to get a bunch of items from, so I might not be using all of them. I might keep some of them, like, I might keep the shoes, maybe. I don't really see the problem with having one piece of equipment that's really good, but having too many is probably not recommended, especially this. I'll just fly through the game if I have this work glove on. This is my work glove that I'm going to be using because it's about the appropriate level for where we're at right now. I don't think I need anything else. We should be good to go as far as equipment is concerned, but I do need... No, I guess since I have these boots, I might as well equip them. I don't want to be too strong, but as you can see from the Rafflesia fight, I definitely needed to upgrade my strength a little bit, as well as my defenses. So we're going to swap out my really good boots for these boots. I might want to swap off the headgear too. So this should be serviceable for now. So up until we get to the bosses, I'm going to keep this happy ring on so I get more experience and have better chances to find items. And then when we get to the boss, I'll switch this glove on so I actually hurt it. The first boss that we're going to need to tackle is... I believe I already took care of the story event, so I can just go ahead and do this right away. But I believe we need to go take care of the monster gate. But since we're heading in this general direction, there is a couple of things that I did with monsters. As you can see, I don't remember if this was done on the series or not, but the milk has been upgraded to milk medium, and the eggs have been upgraded to medium eggs. I also picked up a bunch of fodder because Raven was selling it, and I just bought a whole bunch in bulk, which isn't really a bad idea. It's kind of a pain in the butt to grow fodder, and there's no real use, as far as I can tell, for getting level 10 fodder seeds. So if she happens to be selling it, just go ahead and buy it. I need to recheck who the problem childs were. Jelly, Danny, Mom, Micah, Jeff, Kabudu. Some of these names you probably don't recognize, and I'll be introducing them in just a second. But, Brush, you have medium fur now. Let's see, how close are you again? You should be really close to being done by now. Mike, oh, you're not close at all. Like I've said before, it's a pain in the butt to deal with sheep because their favorite item is shears. And I don't really feel like spending the money to get that. Let's see, is my Spooter good? I don't remember which one he was. I think it's Jeff. Nope, I still gotta give stuff to Jeff. Meet Jeff the Spider. I did say I was going to tame him, but I didn't end up doing it until the offline grind. He should be good now, though. If any of you catch this reference, Jeff, I believe, is the name of the spider from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I'll have to recheck, but I believe that's what it is. Another sort of issue, but non-issue with Mom, the hunter wolf, is that even though she produces golden wolf fangs, that's not her favorite item. It's just a regular teeth that you gotta give her. So I went out and killed a bunch of regular wolves and got a bunch of their teeth, which sounds really disturbing in hindsight, but I need the teeth, so I don't care. We're gonna be making a quick pit stop on my way out. This is my seed grinding area. I said that I would be grinding it off stream, and I still haven't done it. Oh, right, I could show this off though. So this shiny hoe, you can see that it's blue text, which means that I've done something funky with it. What did I do? Well, if you have a magnifying glass, which lets you see the details of like plants and farmland, and happen to make it a component in your forging process with like tools or anything like that, as you can see, I have displayed info along with, you know, just being able to till land. I have it on my scythe and I have it on my hoe right now. This is useful for, you know, checking seed levels whenever you're trying to get your seed upgraded. Oh, right, I forgot one of the bigger things. There was a few skills that I ended up grinding, such as, let's take a look. Defense, which is up at 72 now, which I didn't even realize I got it that high. That's pretty impressive. Sleeping is now 42, but that's to be expected because all I do is sleep. Walking is 54, searching is 51, crafting is over 55 now, chemistry is near 50, forging is 53, and cooking is at 36. I'm going to be getting this one a bit higher whenever I finish grinding the tomato seeds because I need tomato juice in order to make money. Mining is at level 42 because I kept grinding ores to get light ore and gold and diamonds and a bunch of goodies like that. And then finally we have our spells. I grinded a good amount of them up to level 40. I didn't bother with earth because I don't really have an earth spell that's easily spammable. I didn't bother with light because I just didn't feel like it at the time. I got dark as soon as I got dark snake and dark ball. Hey, you know what? Let's do something before we go fight that boss. There was actually something I forgot to do while I was grinding, so it might be a good idea to take care of it right now. Whenever you fail a forging process, you get something called scrap metal. Rarely, though, whenever you fail a forging process, you get something called scrap metal plus. Scrap metal plus, when applied to a weapon, will make it do 1 damage always. So, if you apply scrap metal plus to a weapon that deals love, you will be able to tame monsters easier because you will be smacking them, getting their affinity higher, but won't be doing too much damage to them. If you're looking for a somewhat reliable way to get scrap metal, there really isn't. It's kind of a luck-based thing, but here's what you can do that's really not going to get rid of your resources that badly. So go to Do Not Use Recipe, and use something that will, for sure, not produce any weapon results. So I guess it's okay to use one of these. And let's see what happens. Failure. Okay, now we're going to go over to our items and see that there is scrap metal in here. And now we use the scrap metal. And we just keep using the scrap metal until it eventually turns into scrap metal plus. Holy crap! Wow. 4th try. I think that was 4th try. It was the 4th or 5th try. I didn't expect it to happen that fast. Maybe I'll go again? Let's just use a rigid horn. Nah, I can't get lucky twice in a row, right? Okay. There we go. We're gonna do this again and see how long it takes. I'll at least keep going until I run out of RP. Da-na-na-na. Wow. This took me no time at all. Why haven't I been doing this more often? Okay, well, I guess my agenda changed a little bit for the episode. So, before killing the boss, how about we try making a weapon that does love affinity attacks, but only does 1 damage? So, let's take a look and see what we can make. Let's make a no, not a long sword. Actually, first up, I should save it in case I'm wrong about this. As should you before experimenting. Remember, kids, mistakes are forever, but as long as you have a save point, you can change those just ignore what I said. Anyway, okay, so we're going to use iron, and this should work, hopefully. This elvish harp has love affinity, so it may not bring the stats, but hopefully it will bring the affinity. Okay, level 1. Nope. This is why we save. Okay, we're gonna go to iron ore, and then we're gonna go put this in. You may be wondering why I'm doing the same thing twice. Well, one of the ores I happened to find was light ore. So we're gonna do that because it'll put weapon types, one weapon type on another weapon type. And now we're gonna put this in there. So hopefully, if I'm correct, we're going to make the sword technically a staff. The staff will then have the love attack, and it will only do 1 damage. Ah ha ha ha. See, that's using the old noodle. Well, now that our experimenting is done, I guess it's time to go to Leon Karnak. So the thing about final areas in Arc 1 and Arc 2, even if you have a really good monster, you can't take them with you up to this point. So taking a monster that has really good stats, like if you've just been getting through this playthrough with a really strong monster and made yourself relatively weak without doing anything to boost yourself, you're gonna have a lot of problems going through here. This is one of the most annoying bosses to fight because, you know what? I think I'm just going to kill it. The gimmick of this boss fight is that it summons a bunch of monsters while changing its element periodically. Oh, please stop. Oh my god, ow. Come on, give me a blue gate. Give me something. Okay, I don't care what anybody says. I do not count that as a boss. It is just an annoying trial that I have to go through. So, because it's an annoying trial, no holding back. I gotta wait for a fire gate now. I'm pretty sure this sword is water elemental. There we go. Die, 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 die. There we go. Okay. That annoyance is over, so back to the normal equipment. So we're about to fight the boss here. The first set of bosses are these, I guess they're fox statues or okami statues or whatever, but they're guardians. You only fight them once here, at least until later in the game. Once you get to the 3rd arc, you can fight these guys again, and they'll give you really, really good defensive materials. We will be grinding these guys eventually, so we can make like our endgame gear, but for now, they won't give us anything. I carry everyone's hopes, and I'm going to shatter them. So one fires water elemental stuff, and the other fires fire elemental stuff, which is, you know, kind of to be expected. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. I might need to take off more gear. I still feel really strong. Let me look at what I have really quick. No? That's just this. Oh well. Promise to save Venti and the Guardians. I'll save everyone. So, before we fight this thing, I want to check something. Did I bring it with me? I don't think I did. Well, that is unfortunate. You know those eggs I've been eating periodically, the boiled eggs? I wanted to eat one so I can increase my maximum HP. Put me right around 2000 HP, which I believe would make me feel a little bit safer in this situation, but I should be fine regardless. I just need to watch out for that one. That's also pretty dangerous to walk into. Well, normally. A lot of the elemental stuff isn't really that bad. It's just whenever he summons those crystals from the sky and fires that weird beam that everything becomes a problem. We defeated it! We are victorious. What's going on? No time to worry about anything else. I need to help Leon. Is he floating away? Why? Why isn't it working? I'm so close to him and yet so powerless. By using this ring, one of us can escape. But then, if I become a guardian, I can save Venti, right? Perhaps this is how everybody else must have felt too. One day, somebody will find a way, right? That's why I have to do it. So close, and yet so powerless. If the only way to protect the one you love is by placing all your hopes on others, I have faith in you, Earthmate. The Earthmates that had to accept it, and those who were close by but couldn't do anything. They all must have felt the same way. Please save Leon. Venti. This includes you too. Aware of the Guardians, yet completely helpless. To put an end to everything. Yeet. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. Sorry, Venti. I have to break one promise after all. Aris. Venti. There's so much more that I wanted to talk to you about. About the people who were close to you. What you talked about. And how you spent your days. How you felt when you found out that they had to disappear. Hoping to save you. About the time when you found out that I was an Earthmate. One of those who had sealed your friends. And when, ironically, I'd become the only person who truly knows you in this time period. Despite everything, you smiled and told me that I am who I am. Now I can kind of imagine how you must have felt when you told me that, and how much strength and kind-heartedness it required to open yourself up to me like that. I think I understand now. That's why. What is... Who? I am an Earthmate, Leon. Leon? Will you tell Venti about what's happened here? Coming here, I got to know a little more about everyone's feelings. It made me want to talk to you even more than I already did. Because I'm sure I'll like you even more, knowing what I know. So, goodbye. Thank you for being my friend. It was fun. You... Goodbye. Until the day we meet again. Farewell, Ventiswell. And that's Rune Factory 4. The main character died, and, well, it's pretty, great ending, in my opinion. It's a bit unexpected to just, crush everybody's hopes and dreams like that, but to be oh. Huh?
What are you doing?
What's the use if you don't come back? What point is there? That voice? Can it be Dragon Jesus? Now, one thing that I absolutely despise about this game, these cutscenes, the end of arc cutscenes, not for the content or anything, but I've seen them so many times now, and you can't skip them. They're like 5 minutes long each time. So between this one and arc 2's ending cutscene, it's like 10 minutes of your life that you're never going to get back. Venti, you've grown so much. Of course I have. How long do you think it's been since we last met? I have no idea. I don't keep track of time anymore. You're as impudent as ever, it would seem. Not as much as you, though. Right, Venti? How has the world fared in my absence? Did you live a happy life? Leon, I've missed you. I wanted to thank you. No, it was my own decision. It's none of your concern. I don't know how long it's been, but I know that you're still safe. Alive. Shoot! I ruined the immersion! And that's thanks enough for me. Leon. I should thank you too, Earthmate. Will you tell me your name? It's Lust. Alright, I'll remember that. My apologies for troubling you, but thank you for keeping your promise. Don't thank me. My contribution is insignificant here. You should thank the other guardians instead. Alright, I will. When I see them. Now, waking up from what was no doubt an insanely long slumber, my whole body is feeling numb. I think it's best I rest for the moment. I do not understand this dialogue. I mean, I guess I do in some sense, but I don't think when I get up after like being sick for days, hey, you know what? I've been in this bed for a really long time and my body is aching from laying down. I think I'm going to lay down some more. That's not a thought process that runs through my mind. I'll see you tomorrow, Venti. Sure. Until then. Leon, right? He seems kind. Not at all. I was trying to thank him and that's how he reacts. It was my own decision. Acting all suave like he owns the place. What are you laughing at? Don't try to hide how happy you are. You're as clear as glass right now. What are you talking about? Who said I'm happy? I'm miserable. Miserable, I say. Whatever. I was going to thank you, but I've changed my mind now. Just go on home and rest. Fine, fine. I'll see you later, Venti, and you're welcome. Thank you, human child. Well, that about covers it for this episode. In the next episode, we'll be talking about an item that you can get if you interact with a character during a cutscene, and fighting some bosses. So, until next time, see you later.